Well, joining me live on set here is Sean Evers. He's the managing partner at Gulf Intelligence and is attending the oil conference in Doha. Good to have you in. So how are you reading the mood at the conference? Do you think they're going to head for an extension of that production cap?
Well, I think that's probably the first thing they need to figure out is exactly what they're agreeing upon. And the general consensus is that they're looking to freeze production at January levels, i.e. from the height of the winter, which was 3 months ago, which was very high levels. So they've agreed 2 months ago that they're going to look at this idea in Saudi Arabia and Russia, and they've since added about 16 countries. So today in Doha, we have 18 countries gathering to try collectively to agree to the same thing. Freeze production levels at January highs and then see if it has an impact on the market.
It sounds almost like, if I'm reading you right, you think time has moved on since the January levels?
Well, I think it is a lot of talk about essentially doing nothing, if you like, in the sense that we're not going to change anything, but we're going to talk about the impact it may have. If you think the biggest problem in the oil markets today is that there's far too much oil supply. If you're going to freeze production at January levels, which is essentially at your record high level, the impact.
Still high production, right?
Very high production.
But it stops people from going higher, supposedly, is the argument or the theory, right?
Yes, technically some could still go higher, and in that regard, it's, I suppose, an indication that they're willing to stop at some point. But it's a little uncertain as to the real tangible impact it will have on production. At the moment, it seems it will have no impact.
I'm glad you mentioned the tangible impact, because Iran is not on board, as we know, and if they keep pumping and keep the taps on, it does make the argument for impact a little bit skeptical.
Well, if you were to take the Deputy Crown Minister of Saudi Arabia at his word, he said on Friday that there would be no deal if Iran was not party to it. Iran has clearly said today and yesterday that they will be not party to an agreement. So de facto is there will be no agreement in Doha today. So 18 countries have come for nothing. If the Deputy Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is not ultimately holding that as a firm line, then perhaps we will get some kind of a consensus, but we'll see.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. I've got plenty more to ask you. I'm sure we're going to be back another day to talk about this. Thanks so much, Sean Evers.